Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to episode 9 of Digimon Beat Break, titled Utopia. Before we begin this episode, I do want to say I think this episode should have been a double core, 2 episodes, given that we've been strived for really good material. This is not a bad episode by any means necessary, but I think like we were strived for a new evolution. We need something more to grasp. It would have been nice if we had a little extra episode, maybe made this one a little bit longer. It would have been nice for what it was. I don't know. I would have liked to have a little bit more. Regardless of the fact, let's begin. So our journey will take place in the Shangri-La Egg, the place where all the rich and happy people belong to, the rich and powerful, a very special place, and the normal people can get into through here by taking the bus for a one-day visit. They usually go to the shopping district. But yeah, so I'm going to start off with talking about the Shangri-La Egg first, and then we'll move on to other aspects. But yeah, this bus seems like we're going to get pretty soon in real life, or if not already. It just looks very normal. I can see why this would be like 2050 or like 2040, because it's not too far away off. But yeah, I just make a mention. Then we get the opening area. We have the residence area, and of course the visitors. So people outside the egg can actually leave. It seems like they can leave the egg and go elsewhere throughout society, and I will have a bit of a theory kind of regarding that. But yeah, then the visitor area. We see that this is Utopia built after this horrible disaster. I'm assuming we're going to learn more about that as time goes on. But it's a place that you can go to. This rich egg can be preventing, like all natural disasters can't affect this area. With that said, I mean, it sounded like a horrible disaster, so maybe it was natural or maybe it was inorganic. I assume that if a nuke or, like, say, a proper ultimate level Digimon, like Metal Greymon, Gigadramon, maybe even Tankmon, definitely Mega level Digimon and greater could easily smash through this. But yeah, they have this beautiful Utopia. Aesthetically, it's not to my liking. I like a little more old school, what we've seen out in the buildings. I mean, just from a more Japanese aesthetic. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me, but it's kind of cool. It's like any disaster. Like nuclear. I mean, if there's like a nuclear bomb that had outside, then I could see it protecting the inhabitants. But like if a nuclear bomb dropped on this thing, I think it'd be screwed. But yeah, we can see it's really bright. That's part I kind of don't like. It's like, this is a little too much. Killer on my eyes. I like this. I like the sun. I don't need the sun to be compounded even extra. But yeah, you can see a little bit of the area. This car, it's like we're definitely going to be having that pretty soon. But our main our characters, Reina and Tomoro, get one of these. Seeing Gekomon pilot this thing was a bit funny, but I saw this on X. They're kind of separated in the vehicle, and I could see because Reina has been shown to like Tomoro, but Tomoro doesn't actually have that feelings back for her. So I could see I'm like, oh, that's actually an interesting detail. But I could also see like if they don't want to be, each individual wants to be scanned or like they have to separate. I could see why they would do this as well. This another thing about the eggs, like these two old people, like they haven't moved in an hour. Like they remind you like, hey, maybe you need to get up. It's like, that's kind of a nice detail. So it does care about it. But the way to get in a Shangri-La egg is if you're a normal person, you can get in there, but you have to basically follow the path that the egg sets out for you in order to get there if you set that way. But let's move on to the main villain. I do want to briefly touch on this guy a little bit, but this is the father of a girl named Haruko. This guy is a sleazeball. I really don't like him. He was ejected from the egg because he did some shady. What was the term for the? Did like some illegal trade or something. He did some nasty kind of insider business, whatever it seemed like. But this is the beginning of the episode. They're trying to look for bounties, not so much to collect on them, but more so there's an underground market of trading Digimon. Oddly enough, there's a little bit of market. I thought when we'll talk about Haruko, I thought she would get eggs from. Because they mentioned like they trade Digimon. She's always had different partners over time. I kind of thought that she just like when she was done with a partner, they got rid of it, and then she got a new Sapotama. But that doesn't seem the case. She just trades her partner as Free Willy. I believe that's how I understood it. But yeah, this guy very shady. He they were gonna get this new Digimon when they tried to go for Chirotmon, Makoto's partner. He's doing the side dealing of, oh yeah, I could trade this in. My daughter won't be happy, but she'll deal with it. We'll get her a new partner or something, whatever. But yeah, he's always screwing, willing, and dealing. He's mad that he's got out of the egg because he just made one mistake and now he's fucked up forever. I'm like, well, that's the nature of the business. So he's mad about that. This character, I thought this was the father at first, and this is why I kind of brought it up. I'm like, oh, isn't this the father? I'm like, nope, this is a completely different person. I thought they were one and the same. But then we have this girl, Haruka, 10 years old, brat. She hates her own partner, which of course is Shademon. Shademon was introduced in the Crosswords era, specifically the manga version, worked alongside Dark Knightmon. Pretty powerful Digimon, it seems like, and we're going to see in the next episode that, yeah, this guy's got some fangs. I do really like Shademon. I think he's a pretty cool Digimon. He would have made a better champion form for Orichimon into to Nidhoggmon, just because he's a little bit of a dragon face. I'll show that a little bit later. But yeah, she hates this Digimon. She thinks Digimon are tools. She kind of reminds me of the brat from the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory character, like Angela or whatever. And of course, in Digimon Hacker's memory, they see Digimon as tools, not as real creatures, whatever. So yeah, she gets pissed off. She doesn't like the gold Numemon they get. She wants the Chirotmon, and she's also got we can see here that she has her E-Pulse is a bit special, like the red. I'm like, okay, so she has an E-Pulse that other Digimon actually want. So that was kind of interesting. I will say in this one scene, I hate the fact that Chirotmon easily falls for nonsense. Like, yeah, you fucked your partner's life is ruined because of you. And I'll touch more on Makoto, but I'm like, why'd you believe in that? And I kind of wish that might have been established a little bit earlier. It's like Makoto doesn't sees Chirotmon as a tool or anything, and doesn't even see him as someone who's life affected. Like, Chirotmon's the reason Makoto's in this situation, not because of Chirotmon. So I hate the fact that it was that way. That was probably my biggest complaint with this episode, aside from being a double core. But yeah, so she's got something special. I'm assuming that's why Shademon actually will go for it later, but yeah. And then, of course, we see Gold Numemon as a big target. There's 3 of them. Look pretty good. I don't know. Gold Numemon kind of felt like it was still part of Digimon Ghost Game with the Platinum Numemon. Just kind of that vibe, maybe a little bit better. But yeah, we do see that. Now, I do want to talk about Shademon. Shademon's got some really good artwork. We do have the Shademon from... there's a bigger shot of Shademon from the anime. We can also see his little mouthy business. But yeah, it looks a little bit dragon. He's a composite-based Digimon, which they could probably changed. But there's also other fantastic artwork of him. I think the one from Digimon Collector, or... Hold on, we could get... this one, the fact that he's got hands and everything is really cool. I kind of wish we'd see in that aspect. Maybe we'll see it in episode 2, but... Or episode 11. No, episode 10 specifically, because this is episode 9. But hopefully we can see a little bit more of this. Now let's move on to Makoto. So Makoto is, of course, 10 years old. We learned that he is actually from the egg, although for whatever reason he's left. And it's not because of his Digimon partner. Because we did learn through this episode that being part of the... if you have a Digimon and you're in the egg, you're irredesirable, you're not perfect. Why do you have this Digimon? And it's because Digimon kind of has this thing, being a reflection of your true self. There's a part of you that maybe you don't let people see, I guess. I think we'll probably get a little bit better explanation. But yeah, having a Digimon, giving birth to a Digimon and then actually keeping it is not a good sign. But Makoto, in the beginning of the episode, he goes to the gate. He's like, oh, you're part of this family. Do you want to be taken up? So he's not kicked out of the establishment because of his Digimon. I'm wondering, because obviously the civil civil protection unit knows about this. I'm wondering if he got his Digimon while he was outside, or he got it and is like, he is like, I have this Digimon, I want to be with it. I suspect that he's got some siblings. I think he's got, because if he's the only child, it would have been a little bit weird, like, where'd happen to your kid? But if he's like, this 10 years old, or maybe there's the excuse that he really wanted to see the outside world. So I'm guessing the Shangri-La egg, like the top brass, whatever, don't know that he's got a Digimon. And I suspect because Chirobon is a otaku person, maybe Makoto's like inner desire is that he's secretly a nerd and everything, and he likes Digimon. Maybe he saw one, he's like, man, I really wish I had one, and that's how Chirobon was born. And because like, oh, now I gotta have this Digimon. Maybe he met up with Kyo. It's like, and he wants to learn about Digimon. He's like very interested, and so that's why he left. Like, Shangri-La is not gonna have it for me. Like, I want to go out and about, but he's also a very responsible adult because he grew up with a very good family. So I liked Makoto in this episode. He was really cool and just being mature, and how he really loves he's not angry about having a Digimon partner. He's just super cool, and he admits like, yeah, Chiromon's a part of me that maybe I can't really full express myself or something along those lines, but yeah. And that's the part where I like Chiromon just betraying him. But yeah, I do have my theory. Chiromon being virus is a bit interesting, maybe because he's because the reflective of his personality, he kind of goes against the grain. Like, he likes Digimon a whole bunch. Just some theories thinking about. He also likes horror movies, which, yeah, maybe he likes these horrifying creatures. So maybe Chiromon will become like a bit of a nightmare fuel, sort of how Angoramon from Digimon Ghost Game, when it digivolved its ultimate, maybe Chiromon will be a bit more uglier looking, nasty looking, because he's got some big ass teeth. So, like we saw in this episode, so if he's got the horror element, it'll probably continue that way. I don't know. I'm very curious to see where this baddie goes. But overall, I enjoyed this episode. Makoto, of course, was the standout. I'm the kid, like Haruka and her father, I hate absolutely much, and I can't wait to further get their ass kicked. Essentially, this is a works of fiction. I hope either one of them or both of them die. Like, just kindly fuck off. We don't see a wife, so maybe she divorced him or something, or she died at an early age or something. But yeah, I wouldn't mind either one or both characters just dying. Basically, we know that the girl gets possessed, but maybe something else a little bad happened. They deserve to get their asses kicked. They're brats. They're not good people. Maybe not necessarily death, but maybe some jail time, whatever. I think something along those lines. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful Monday. Catch you guys. I'm not sure what the next big Digimon thing is going to be this week. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hype if you can on your mobile devices, especially if you got a tablet. But yeah, have a wonderful day.